What up? Back on the scene like a dope fiend. It's a trip, doggy. I got a little this video I got for you guys. I actually made a video like this, a story um on this video, but when I was trying to upload it before a while back, it wasn't uploaded. I don't know. I had weak signal or some shit like that. I don't know really what happened, but what reminded me about this video is the comments I got about, oh, that I look like I'm on heroin, on Chiva, Tecato, and all this shit, right? Like, I know there's different words for it, like, wherever, everywhere is different. Like, over here where I'm from, like, usually we call it tar, black, carga, negra, which is pretty much the same as black, you know. Or like you say you want to get an issue, you know, you say you want to get a bag or whatever. So, so the funny thing is this, that my whole family, majority of them, a lot of them, I mean, not majority of them, a good amount are Tecatos. Like my uncles, I got cousins, I got fucking, you know, my grandma's husband, he was a Tecato, right? I, you know, I always been surrounded by them. And, you know, I never mess with the shit, you know. If anything, I always drank or, like, you know, smoked some Yaska. And, you know, the way they make the Yaska now is, like, pretty potent. And, like, you know, I smoke sometimes, you know, every now and then. You know, sometimes I'll take a dab or whatever. So the way the potent has potent is how it is now. Like, I would understand how you would mistake me for a Tecato because, you know, this shit's pretty bomb. You know, they got fucking moon rocks, they got fucking edibles, they got concentrate, they got wax, all that shit, right? When I was growing up, all they had was like fucking indica, skunk, fucking you know, homegrown shit like that. So, you know, that's the kind of, so I guess I could kind of understand why some people would mistake me for a Tecato, but for the most part, I usually drink. Sometimes I drink, and then when I make these videos, and or else, you know, sometimes I'll smoke some Yaska. But it's funny because I don't know how, like, I know everywhere is different. And the Tecatos where I come from, you know, they're usually scratching, and, you know, and, you know, and this and that, and saying, I'm talking about when I was busted, and I had the llaves, and telling these far out stories, and fucking, oh, that they fucked these CEOs, and over here where they used to take them over here, and they fucked the CEOs, you know, far out stories, man. So, and, you know, and, like, I have, like, a lot of Tecatos in my friend, you know, or they'll try to sell you a fucking watch like from 1950, and or like some fucking silverware, like I mean like some silver jewelry, and say it's 24 karat gold, you know, shit like that, stealing the neighbors' recyclables, fucking, you know, all kinds of that crazy shit, and fucking a bike with the cart, the trailer in the back. Those are the autos to me, dumpster diving and shit like that, right? So, you know, it's funny. I remember this one time, my grandma's husband, he OD'd at this one pad. It was a hot pad, and they dragged him out and they left him in the alley because they didn't want nobody croaking there, because that pad was so high. They'd been hit so many times, and, you know, they just didn't want it to get any more hot, you know. Another time, or let me tell you, this is the story I wanted to get into. Let me jump into this story now. So, when I'm younger, like a teenager, kicking back with my uncle, his homie gets out of prison. He gets out of prison, and my uncle always has the shit, you know. He's always, you know, he's always getting loaded, and he always had it. So the homie comes through, and, you know, we're kicking back inside or whatever. And they say they're gonna go outside and talk. You know, when they say they're gonna talk, they're gonna go handle their business, right? So what happens is, they go out there, and I'm kicking back inside, and he goes back inside the house and said he needs some ice. And he ran in there saying he needs some ice. This guy went out on me, whatever. All right, so I go. So he gets the ice. He goes outside. I go out there and see what's going on. I see this fool laid out on the dirt. So he's laid out on the dirt, and I'm helping my uncle there's no movement or nothing, so I'm helping him take out the ice cubes. I'm giving him the ice cubes, and he's about to stuff them down his balls. If you don't know, when somebody ODs, what you do is you throw ice down his balls, and that'll fucking bring him back. That'll snap him out of it. Like some people get they panic and they don't know what to do. So what they do is call 911 right away, which it'll get you. It'll send you back to where you just came from. You end up going. They'll get you for under the influence, or you'll go for a violation. Probably do about a year, and back to prison, right? So anyway, he's about to put the ice down his pants and put them on his balls, but the guy starts moaning, and then my uncle tells him, "Hey, are you all right?" And he says, "Ooh, he says, "Are you all right?" And he goes, "I'm more than all right. I've been waiting for this for like, I don't know, maybe a year or two. I don't remember exactly." So that was the first time I actually seen somebody OD. I think I was about 15 or some shit like that, right? So anyway, he said he was enjoying this high, and he said not to dare put the ice down his balls and all that. So anyway, that was that story. So and you know, when you're at the capo, you always have all kinds of schemes how to get money, right? All these little schemes and hustles and shit. Tecatos, they always had all these dope fiend movies, right? Hustles, how to get money. So let me tell you about this other time. So one time we go, and no, scratch that. Here's another one of his schemes. So he used to go to the library, right? And back then they didn't used to have the property of this or whatever. He could go check out books, and what he would do is check out the books and go take them to an antique shop and go slang them to them, right? So that's one of their little schemes they do. Here's another one I got you, Trip Dougie. So one time there's this glass shop, right? This business. He walks by it and he sees the doors open, and when you see doors open when you're a fucking adult fiend or whatever, whatever you want to call it, you get wide-eyed. So there was this antique shop. Spencer. My bad. So there's this shop. It was open, and they had this. The door was unlocked, and it was it was like a glass shop, and they had all kinds of aluminum there. So he comes to me asking me if I could help him out and bring some aluminum so he could get his fix on in the morning. He'll bring me on some feria. So I'm like, okay, cool, I'll help him out, whatever. So I help him out, and I help him with the aluminum, and when we get there, I was seeing their big ass aluminum pieces, like 10-foot aluminum pieces, like they're like the frame of the shower, like big, like long, high frames, right? So I'm like, what the fuck, when you're a fucking Tecato tweaker, you got all that strength and shit, you get anything done. When you want something, you're just gonna get it, right? So anyway, and we end up going there, and we get it, and like we have to take this shit down the alley. We take about 15 pieces. We're taking 3 at a time, and keep in mind, this is in the area. We're like 3 blocks away from the police station. So we take this shit to the pad. We get it there. So it's like 3 in the morning. He starts signing this shit. My grandma's inside asleep, and he's making all this noise, signing all this shit down. And what ends up happening is all he ends up getting is like $30-some for that shit. All that work and all that bullshit, we end up getting $30-some, whatever. So anyways, after shit like that, you think you're learning your lesson out of that, but there's always another scheme that you get into. So look, here's another one I got for you, another uncle. So we go to this antique shop. This is a different uncle line. We go to this antique shop, and we go in there. And back then, I used to wear like size 50 pants. big pants, 50 size 50. So we go in this antique shop and we're getting all these plates and all this shit, right? We're stuffing, so he's just giving me all the shit. I'm stuffing it down my pockets and shit, and stuffing it in my pants. So anyway, I take off. Once I fill up my shit, I go out, and then they see me, and they see me like all these my pants are bulging, and they go out there and follow me, and and then I just take off on my bike, and the guy takes, and this guy, he gets in his pickup truck and he's chasing me. He's chasing me. I take off on my bike. We're on bikes, right? So I take off on my bike, and then he jumps off the truck and he tries to chase me. But this fool's like, he has a beard. He's 6'2". He's overweight. You know what I mean? He just can't see me. Like I'm a youngster. I'm fit, and he's a big old like hillbilly looking guy. So anyway, I book it, and I'm gone, and we end up meeting later on. And we're over there in Ontario, so we have to go from Ontario all the way to Pomona to go sell all this shit. So we end up going there, we end up selling it, and those are just a few little just a few little stories that I could tell you. Well, I got this other story here, but another Tecato I know. So this fool, one time he had to go take care of some shit, right? This is the homie's uncle. He goes and he has to go take care of some shit. So he runs out of gas on the freeway. He's going like towards the SGV somewhere in that area. So he has to go take care of some shit. He runs out of gas on the freeway. What happens is he ends up fucking flagging down a cop. He has a gun on him. He has dope. He's a gang member. He flags down a cop and end up busting him. He's a parolee. So, those are a few stories I just thought I would tell you. I just find it funny people think they don't Tecato and all that. Those are just some stories. So I thought I'd just share with you. To the next one, I'm out.